It's week 2 of the NFL, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Bears and the Pats, and it's coming up next.
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The numbers for him from a week ago. 14 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
And well liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Fields. And that is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Patriots take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster, and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 5 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Throwing Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Miles. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a first down.
From the 22, Jones out right to Bourne. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Looking to throw. Jones. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. Harris will take this one in. Touchdown, Patriots. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that'll hit and kick out of bounds, they say, right at the 50-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say, when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. This defense for the Bears, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On first down, Jones. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Jones. Going for it all. He will find his tight end Smith for a Patriot touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Point after up and good. And it's now 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Now they'll run on the draw. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Fields. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Fields. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
On 1st down, Spencer. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Off play action, Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the 2nd quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion. Anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On third down, Barkley. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right on the 30. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Open man is born. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
Now Jones throwing on first down. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flex down position because he creates mismatches with his side. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Jones. Got the connection here to Bourne. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Patriots to take over. They were winners a week ago against Buffalo, and they lead here with a 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And got some space here. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. That's all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Ramondre Stevenson.
An 80-yard touchdown. And the Patriots come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is Jakeem Grant. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Second down, here's Barkley again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Fields. They'll hook up here to Allen Robinson. Touchdown! Allen Robinson. 66 yards. And the Bears get a bit closer. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that'll be complete to Stevenson. And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He finds his man, complete. It's Miles.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Jones on 1st down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Space to run past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man is Grant. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Jones to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That's to Aguilar. Touchdown, Patriots. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Patriots get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and through. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Grant on the return.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On 2nd and 9, Fields. This is caught by Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Barkley on 1st down, running into a wall as he's stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Spencer. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
59 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Fields now to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now it's Fields. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Santos with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Juwan Bentley. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From the 45 on second down. Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Personal foul.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
To throw is Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Again, Fields.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Bears on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. They give it off here to the tight end. Pushes him over. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Here's Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is secured by... And Freeman lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is caught by Watkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Fields throw there, complete to Mooney.
Touchdown, Bears! Bears. Darnell Mooney, 36 yards. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From the 6. And he returns this to the 22.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Bears defense gearing up as they take the field. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, but a first down likely ends this thing.
And it looks like they are, to coin a phrase, on the defensive here, right? But in fact, the team on offense has to be really careful because they're going to attack like crazy. They've got to cover the football, make sure they don't turn it over, and still find a way to finish off this game despite the extra pressure that's going to come their way.
Do you pack it in for a run here on first down?
I think that you do. That's how you have to play it. But at the same time, you're telling your ball carrier, both arms over the football, body, everything else, because they will do everything possible to try and knock it free.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Miles. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that. Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. Well, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you?